guys, welcome to this video. Now, today's video is a little different, and also I apologize for just the visuals, the lighting, just everything about this video. I didn't know what I was doing, and I sort of still don't, but yeah, so this video is my video on doing my sketch for my canvas. Now, just what I'm doing right now is I'm making a framing area for the sketch, and this sketch is very bare minimalist. It's really just so I can get a visual of the character, because here's a little known fact about me. I have aphantasia, so I need to do a sketch before I do the other sketch on top of the canvas. And it's just how I have to do things. Also, you are barely going to see the pencil lines, but I promise they are there. You are going to see them closer towards the end, because I darken them up a bit at the end. I hope. I think. I'm not sure. But here I'm just looking for an eraser because I messed up. But yeah, so let's get into talking a little bit about this. I had to cut out a bit of this because I had to leave for like 10 minutes, and I kept the camera rolling, but for that 10 minutes I was literally just looking for a goddamn eraser, and here we go, I found it. It was in another room up the stairs. But yeah, so I start off with a very basic thing, like a head. I'm doing the lines of the face, which I realized I shouldn't have done like first. I do things a lot that I shouldn't be doing, and now I'm just doing like it's sort of like a stick figure that I do, and it's like a circle for a head, then your neck, your shoulders, arms, and it's all very like broadened, because you got to know what the shape's going to look like and what you're forming the body parts around. It's all just very complicated to explain, because I also have aphantasia, and so I can't like visualize any of this without the help of this stick figure. I can't draw without the help of the stick figure, because I don't know, unless I'm looking at a reference of a body, I'm not actually going to be able to draw anything without this. So that's why I do this. Again, you cannot see it because I was too heavy with the lighting, and I apologize severely. You're going to hear me apologize a lot for that. But you know what? I'm Canadian, so sorry. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot of racing, there's going to be a bunch of other stuff, and right now it's literally still just that little bit of body framing that I'm doing. And this first one is on the character Estrella, that will be her name, and she is the Moon Princess. And she is the main character. She's one of the main characters of this new series I'm going to be working on in about a year or two. I kind of started it, but like, I know I can't continue. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing right now, so yeah. But yeah, so this side is based off of Estrella, and I'm doing one page per side. Oh, I was looking for tape, clearly, to make the shape of the moon, because even in a sketch I had to have a perfect circle for that. But yeah, and here I'm writing out moon because I don't feel like drawing out the definitions. I will be looking at a moon when I paint, and that's the only way I will be able to paint a moon, is if I look at a picture of a goddamn moon. And also, the moon and the sun in these are going to appear really big. Don't mind that. It's just how I want the visuals to look. I realized afterwards, when I could actually see it on paper, that it sort of looks weird, but I'm hoping when it's on the canvas it won't look as weird. Granted, I'm a bad painter, so you know what? Who knows? So yeah, this side is dedicated to Estrella. She is the moon princess. She she has all of this. She is one of the main characters. I will only have two POVs for this series, for this next series, instead of how many, like 5 POVs that I put into my first series. God, I did a lot for my first one. And so now I'm going to be minimizing it. I've also decided to make the magic system a little more clear. And so, yeah. And clearly now I am going in to try and do. Oh, right. I remember what I was doing. I was going into my Word document that I started of the first book of this series to find her description because I needed that. Because she may be my own character, but I don't remember the exact textures of her hair. I'm really bad at remembering anything, so yeah. You still can't see anything. I'm surprised. Oh, if only I could redo this, then I would actually redo it. Well, you can sort of see the lines now as my shadow goes over that. But yeah, so this is gonna appear like it's out of nowhere, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah, let's get back to Estrella. Estrella, she, I made her sort of a prodigy, uh, but I also made her a part of the kingdom that always wins this battle that happens every generation that I'm not going to go into right now because I still don't know a whole lot of it because, well, let's just say I am not the best, or I'm not great at knowing what's going to happen because I don't plot or plan anything. And also, I'm still working on world building. There's a lot to world build, and it's just a lot to do, and I don't really have the time to do it. But, yeah. I'm probably right now just trying to work out the facial structure and all of that fun stuff. Maybe do the eyes around here. I really don't know. I stopped looking at the screen for a minute, so I don't know where I am on the page. I mean, I see where I'm in the middle of the page. In the middle of this page, of this finished sketch, is literally either the face or around the chest. Okay, now I'm in shoulder area, I think, based off of my actual page that I am looking at right now. And like these pencil lines are pretty dark that I'm looking at right now. So maybe I go in and darken them a little. I don't remember. I recorded this in the middle of the night one night before I had to go to sleep for work to, like, go to work the next day. So I really don't know what I did, how I'm functioning. And not everything will look like how this sketch turned out. It's just this is how I sketched it out to begin with, but not everything will look like this. And also, if you end up seeing the hands, I apologize sincerely. The hands are the bane of my existence. Anyways, but yeah, so again, I'm gonna apologize for the lighting because I wish you guys could see how the sketch is turning out right now, and that's my bad. I will learn to correct that. But also, pencil doesn't show up very well on camera, period. I don't think, anyways. you can sort of see it when I brush it away. You can sort of see things like developing, and it's really hard, but you know what? I don't know. I can't really scrap this video, so, and I do want to put out an update on it before I'm done editing all of these videos and before I schedule them all and then get all their thumbnails done, because it's still May as of recording the audio for this. It is May 19th, but I have to get all of this done by the end of the month so that I can relax and maybe start packing away some of my recording equipment, because I'm not going to record for a hot minute, and I won't be putting my computer away right away, but I will be putting away the microphone, the lights, the camera. I will be putting all of that away because that's a lot to pack up already. And I want to like get my place situated for moving. So, yeah. Also, the design for this dress that she is in, and I hope you will see later, and I'm probably starting to draw out now. Yeah, I'm drawing out the bust of the dress. So the design of this dress, and you're going to see, I'm going to rip out a page here. Yeah, right there. Right there. That's the page. I made this dress design because this is the first dress that you see her in the book, and because I have aphantasia, I had to draw the dress like zoomy. So that's where this design is coming from. It's coming from that. It's coming from the dress she wears in the beginning of this book. And that's honestly because I didn't really know what else to put her in. And I did have to take a break between recording, between this one and recording the next sketch, which will be on the right side of the canvas. On the right side of the canvas, this will be, because I hadn't thought about the clothes from the Sun Kingdom, because I'm not that far into it. I hadn't thought about, what am I going to make men wear in this fantasy world? Like, princesses, they will wear dresses, but they can still wear other stuff. And the clothes will resemble something that's similar to what's in my first book series, but yeah, you're starting to see a little bit of a darkening there. You can sort of start to see her. You can see her eyes a little. It's really quite funny how you're starting to be able to see this now. But yeah, so that's where this whole design came from. And how do I explain this? How do I explain this? So, what I'm gonna preface here is I did take a break between this because I had to look up clothing references for men when I got to Chiron, who is the Sun Prince, who's on the Sun Prince side of this. And yeah, here I'm just doing the skirt, which is kind of poorly done. But you know what? In the painting, it might not even be that visible, so... And in the painting, I will make it so much better. It's like what I do in Photoshop. I do a sketch like this, and then I improve the tits out of it. I improve the absolute shit out of what I did with a pencil. And I'm just doing like simple fabric lines. I realize halfway through that some lines I need to add a little definition, but to the overskirt and the between the overskirt and the underskirt. There's just a lot to go with, but yeah, so honestly, yeah, right here is when I notice I need to put a little definition there. And so, yeah, I kind of want to see where I am in this video. But yeah, like you see here, you can sort of start to see how things develop in this drawing. It's honestly, these are so quickly done in Sketch. The sketch work for this is very quick, and I just want to take this video basically to tell you a little about this series, in the fact that I don't want to spoil too much of my idea, but I just want to talk about the visual points of this whole thing. A lot of my books are based in like very visual based artistic lines and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it, but even though I have aphantasia, all of my books, I can like visualize if I draw it. If I draw it, I can see what they are, and so a lot of it is centered in that area, and that's why some of my books are a little too descriptive. Because and here's where I zoom in heavily. And in fact, I'm gonna fix that. Or not, because I fixed it myself. But this was an attempt to maybe get you guys to see it a little clearer. Like, you can start to see the definition. You can actually see her fucking hair, and you can see all of this that's gone into it. I'm trying to darken the moon here a little, but... And then I try and do a quick little background sketch, which is very, very rough, even on mine, because I literally have grass, water, tree line, moon. I didn't label the sky, but it's because I know what the sky looks like. But yeah, so she is on a waterfront. So she's by a lake at this point. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, that's the tree line. God, even I don't know what I'm doing half the time here. And that's when I wrote out tree line, like you can see. And I'm right now writing water, and you can't really see it. And then I'm just doing a little grass line for the top of the grass line to show that she is actually standing on something and not standing on water. But, you know what? I tried. I didn't try very hard because, again, it's a sketch. I'm not going to do much for the sketch because why would I? That's kind of stupid. But yeah, so that's the basic sketch. I do a little bit of water lines to just like emphasize the point that this is water. But yeah, so I changed that. I show you that it's done. And yeah, and then on to our next one. Okay, nope. And on to come on. Turn the page, me. Turn it. There we go. Okay, I know my sketchbook rings gill. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Right, because I have the page right in front of me, and I know I ripped it out, but I didn't realize I ripped it out in the middle of the fucking video. But you know what? I do things that I don't anticipate sometimes. So Yeah, and now we basically do the same thing for our male character. We write out on the top, Sun Kingdom side. And so our main character here, for I'm sorry if you can hear my drink. It's just the talking kind of dries out my throat because I don't do talking for this long without being animated or cutting out all the times I drink water. But I'm not really cutting anything out for this video. I'm choosing not to, though. And I'm sorry for all of you who would wish that I would not make long videos. I'm sorry. But this is how I do. This is how I roll. But yeah, I'm just making the same sort of frame. I've not measured this frame. The ruler is just there to make semi-straight lines. And so yeah, that's all there. And this right here is when I'm starting to draw his head. And I'm just doing the middle line in the beginning to, center the mass, center where I'm going to have everything. And I'm doing that same like stick figure. I'm doing the same pose for them because in between their hands will be, for Estrella it will be a moon, for Chiron it will be a sun, because their magic respectively on each is either related to the sun or the moon, and so they can form these little balls of like a moon or a ball of a sun. And so yeah, and in this one you can actually see a bit more of what I do to make the shape of the body. And this is frankly a trick that I learned very early on, and it's helped me so much to just like use lines and circles for a lot of things. As you can see, I made his feet circles. Granted, I don't have the sketch on me right now because it's kinda on the floor. But I don't know if his feet are actually in it. I know I'm not going to make his feet in the actual painting. This is literally there's a reason I do a sketch in the sketchbook first. I have this issue where I draw things too small. So I'm working on drawing things a bit bigger. And so that's what we're going to be seeing here in a minute. And I think this is when I started to... No, this wasn't it. Okay, no. After I draw his base body, after I start to draw his arms, I think that's when I start to take a break and be like, hey, I need to actually see what the fuck... figure out what the fuck he wears. Because I didn't get to that part in the first book. I got 6 pages into writing the book. So it's gonna take a minute here. And I'm back to it. So now I'm just doing his hair, I think. That is his hair, right? I don't know. I also made like 0 decision on anything. And another thing that I have built for like world building on this is that the people from each kingdom resemble a lot of like their physical traits match the sort of traits that you find accustomed to a moon or the sun. I don't know if that made sense, so we'll see. Of course, I have cat hair in my mouth right now, so it's making it hard to talk. And now I'm just capturing his face shape, Now, whereas I know I did this because I know it fucking creeps me out whenever I look at it. It's probably why it's still on the floor. But when I did Estrella's face, I actually did draw out the like irises, the pupils. I did not do that for Kyron. Um, his eyes are just basically the shape of eyes and then holes in his head. Like it's just blank. It's not actually what he looks like because he does have eyes. And what color did I make them? I'm trying to remember what color I made them. I have a list of what color it would have been. I have a list of all the colors that they kind of relate to. Um. Okay. I believe he probably has either red or orange eyes. I'm going to have to take a look at that again. But yeah, so Kyron has very dark skin. His eyes are either red or orange. He's got. Oh, god damn it. He's got a very dark brown hair. Or maybe it's blonde. Like a sandy blonde. I don't remember. I gotta look at that. Again, I did not spend much time because I knew I had to work on my Lucera Realm series that I'm still writing the third book for. Actually, I took a break from writing out my 10th chapter. Well, typing out my 10th chapter. I'm actually handwriting my 11th chapter. But because of that, I've not paid much attention to this series that I'm now going to be drawing things out of. And now you're just witnessing me draw this man, of which also I would like to preface that I suck at drawing men and legs, and I just suck at drawing, period. At least it's what I think I do. I'm trying to. Sorry, I had to clear my throat because something was lodged in my throat. It was probably just because I have not taken my inhaler, my control inhaler, yet this evening. But, yeah, so now I'm just drawing out I'm trying to figure out those fucking hands. Hands are awful. I have an artist rant here. Hands are the fucking death. Like, I get how they're supposed to look. I have a pair of hands with me at all times, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this. But they suck to draw. They're one of the hardest things to draw and make look good. The other thing is lips. I don't know why. I have issues with lips. Eyes, I'm pretty good at. Noses, I've figured out mostly. Lips and hands. Sort of also feet. And legs. I can do like the top half of someone pretty well as long as their hands aren't visible, because I can figure my way out through the lips. But the hands are always a problem. Oh, and here I'm doing the sun. For the painting, it's not going to be a perfect circle because I don't have anything that big. But to draw it out. And also, I'm not going to make it sit through another one of these videos where I draw out on the canvas. I'm going to do that in my own personal time and then record the painting of it. Starting the painting anyways. Oh, that's the cut. There it is. That's the cut of where I decided, I need to actually figure out what the fuck the clothes are gonna look like. So yeah, I finally figured out, and so I'm drawing it here. Again, you can't really see it very well, but yeah, you'll see it at the end of the video pretty clearly, but yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of these sketches. As being the first sketches, they're not bad. But with a lot of things, I have to do like 3 or 4 sketches because I suck, and aphantasia makes it hard. I don't know why I have aphantasia. In fact, it's just a problem that I've had to overcome being someone who works with art a lot and who writes fantasy of all things. Like I really don't know how I do it. I also get a question that's asked often, like, how do you think then? And I'm like, I think like how I think. And then they wonder how I draw and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I somehow trained my brain to be, I can't see things, but I can feel and sense the shape of things and sense how it moves and stuff. I can't see it, but I can sense these things, and even in my dreams I can't like see anything, but I can sense it. I can sense what's happening. I can't see any of it, but I can sense it. It's honestly, it's astounding. But yeah, so here we are. I have no idea where I am in this. Am I finishing up the jacket? No, the jacket ends near mid leg by the knees. I'm probably just doing the middle of the jacket. I don't fucking know. But this is what I've made as like fancy attire, sort of, for Kyron. I I'm I might have some misgivings on it, but you know what? I tried. I did my best. And that's all I can ask of myself. That's all I can hope for. If I didn't do my best, then we have a problem, but yeah, so this is going to, okay. This video is going to literally have all of my voice mistakes, but yeah, so this is I feel like I've said more about Estrella than Kyron, and that's because Kyron, I've made his character born to be a failure. But he's not. He's not a failure. He thinks he is because of how he's treated and how this whole battle that happens for that he has to do against Estrella, how he's treated based off of that, because his family has never won one of those battles. It has always been the Moon Kingdom, and so he feels like he's just cannon fodder. He feels like he's not really important, and that's honestly something that I will be touching on in the story a bit more when I actually get to it. But yeah, so Kyron, he in the beginning of the book, he's doing what he's not supposed to, and that is trying to get an advantage on Estrella. And of course, I do the whole like meet cute thing, and this is essentially a star-crossed lover sort of story, but I'm making romance sort of a bigger element in this, but it's also not going to be the only element in this. It's not going to be the most it's not going to be the main focus of this story. And I'm sorry for any of you who love that sort of thing. I, frankly, have never been in a relationship. I don't read a lot of romance myself because I don't like a lot of romance. If it's an element in a fantasy, good. That's fine. But, yeah, so this is going to be like that whole star-crossed lovers sort of thing. Romeo and Juliet. But it's not going to end in death. I hope. I can't guarantee anything because, you know what, my brain decides to do a lot of things that I don't particularly agree with. But, yeah, so I did intend for this video to explain what I'm doing in the drawings, but it has now turned into me explaining what the fuck I'm going to be putting on this canvas, which is, one side is dedicated to the Moon Kingdom and Estrella, who is the Moon Princess, and then the other side is going to be dedicated to the Sun Kingdom and the Sun Prince. And these two, in the story in my story I have planned, they have to fight it out. They have to battle. They have to fight in order to... What did I say it was? I don't quite remember, but it's a old tradition to just sort of keep the balance. And that's really what this realm, the Solaris realm, is all about. It's all about balance. And so I'm having that, and I'm including it into it. So, yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. I'm trying to know what I'm doing. But yeah, the story's not developed in any sort of way, so I don't know a lot about it yet. But I do know the characters, and I know most of the characters, and I know what I want this canvas to look like as basic concept art for this. And so, yeah. Granted, the background for the Sun Kingdom, I'm still not sure what I should be having. I don't know if the desert sort of landscape that I have going for it currently is what I want, but you know, I'll color out the background and then see what it is. I am going to be painting the backgrounds first and then putting the characters on top. And with oil paints, I know you're supposed to work from darks to lights and go that way. But you know what? I might have to go on the Sun Kingdom side, lights to darks, because our boy here, our gorgeous, lovely boy, is very dark-skinned. But you know what? It's my fault. So, and I believe I am done the sketch. So now we are going to get them taped to the canvas. Okay, so my dumbass didn't frame the ending right, so we're going to stick with just a picture of what it looks like. And so, yeah, I taped them up. At the time of recording this audio, I have not taken the picture. But, yeah, so they are taped up. I put tape down the middle, and I'm going to start the sketch on the canvas soon. But, yeah, so we got Estrella on the left here, and Chiron on the right, Sun and Moon Kingdom, and then in the middle, they will blend out together, so... Yeah, that's really the gist of this. And honestly, most of this video is just me just talking out of my ass, so there's not much else to it. But yeah, so If you enjoyed this video for whatever reason, give it a like. If you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell if you want to be notified when I get new videos. When I post new videos, I mean. I'm keeping that in. And if you want to support me, go buy my book. Links are in the description for that. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!